If your programs keep feeling harder than they should, it's because you're not converting your pain into process improvements. My name is Dominique. I have over 13 and a half years of corporate experience, ranging from operations, product and program management, training, quality control, and strategy. Yesterday, I talked about the closeout report, and point number 5 was about lessons learned. Today is where those lessons actually get dived into a little bit deeper, and we're going to pull out a little bit more detail. A lot of times, people may call this a retro or a look back. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the difference between a closeout report and a retro? Closeout reports record what happened, and a retro can change what happens next. If you skip the retro when you are doing a program, a project, whatever endeavor you're working on, you don't just lose the feedback. You are more than likely going to repeat the same exact problems the next time around. So there are 3 main points that you should incorporate into your retro format just to keep it simplified, clean, and useful, and easy for anybody to be able to read. The first point is what worked. What do we need to keep doing? And you want to make sure that you're very specific about this. You don't want to be vague and say communication was good. No, say exactly what worked. Hey, when we did weekly updates for 30 minutes, that was great so that we were aligned across the board. We made sure there were clear owners. There was a tight run of show. Whatever it was that worked, make sure you're very specific in detail. Point number 2, what didn't work? You want to talk about things that maybe slowed you down. Maybe there was a lot of rework that had to happen, or maybe there was some confusion along the way. You want to name the friction without blaming people as well, because it's all about a team effort. Just again, be very specific about what didn't work so that you don't do that again. Main point number 3 is what should we start doing next time? This is where you want to upgrade the system and the process. Should we have more detailed templates, right? Or maybe the cadence of meeting needs to change. Maybe instead of once a week, maybe you need to meet twice a week. You want to talk about things like the roles or the expectations or how you should escalate an issue. Anything that's going to make the next program or project smoother, this is where you'll put that information. And I want to give a bonus tip here is this. If you really want the retro to be real, ask for receipts. And I'm talking about more of what did the data say? What did the stakeholders complain about? Because you also want to make sure that you're taking all of that and keeping that in mind as well when you're doing the retro, because you want to create an experience for all. You want it to be smooth for everyone and not just the company. All right, so patterns matter more than opinions, and you want to make sure that you are able to look at the data, notice the trends, and move forward in a better way. But once you do that retro, I'm telling you, your future self is going to thank you, and you'll stop having to pay for the same lesson twice. All right, I hope this helped. Take care.